Here we are, MMTs. It's 9:57 a.m., right, Tina? Pacific Standard Time. Um, and you can see what the markets are doing down 106 on the Dow. Um, Remember that the Dow around that 10.5 area is really something, but this S&P, if it gets down there toward that 1101, which is a 52-week calendar yearly low, we would look to see if stop market orders once again. We already planned it out. Should that happen, we're prepared for it. And we would also be looking for a mini capitulation, possibly so. And right now, the 510 put on Google is just paying wonderful. The low was 1120. They closed at 910, and they had peaked momentarily ago at 17.90, currently 1660 by 17. Why? Because you can see here, you're down 108 handles, and you've made a series of lower lows in equities on the short side all the way down. The 380 put, the 385 put on Apple, paying very nicely off those lows. See, thing about that 380 is when that Apple ran up over here to 382.64, they put that low in. They trimmed that fat right down here by $1.20 wholesale entry ratio to a 12.65 high debit intraday ratio that was executable. Now you're about $2 off of here with the price prints over here running in the time and sells. Okay, these can break that high, but we would have to get a lot of selling on much heavier volume. Put a live video right here. This is the Google low. Several attempts on these rallies, which were great rallies and confirmation bars, but they all had to be sold into. And the put side of the market was paying. Yes, you had a rally, but guess what? You came back, you tested, we had a rally. Everything you wanted except that 3-minute diamond drop in here. And you came back and you held that long area. Bam, you finally got the move going here. But once again, direct sell each and every time. Direct sell, direct sell, direct sell, direct sell, direct sell. We finally got to the low end of the market once again, right down here. Where's the low? 499.10. It's 500 by 526. Okay? Now, the thing about the lows is that all of the indexes are breaking down in price right now, and the fear indicators remain at elevated positive levels, which means that prices are weak at the bottom. However, you will once again, at 10:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, watch where the community of the bigger buyer and sellers are making these exchanges. The seller has overpowered them, MMTs, and you've done extremely well. And Google is getting weaker and weaker, and as it gets weaker and weaker, I am selling down big on the Dow sell program, everybody. Hey, there was a big drop, so there is a right here at 124.80, 29.42 handles down, 16, 11, 15, 16 at that crucial live right now here above that 1101 support level. So it's very intensive where those electronic stock market orders are going to get or go into their transaction phases. Here we are. And it's selling right now at 2 minutes after the time. And the selling has been broad-based. And the short market has been working continuously all day. And so have the calls at times. But look at here. We're about to break the high here on that 510 put. Yes, and they are taking premium out of there. They're not giving you the real premium because, look at, you went to 499.10 and they still didn't break the high. So you can see where the premium is not being given its fair value within the actual price printing structures that have happened here. We haven't broke the high yet, but we broke the lows many times. There's something wrong with that. Yes, it's a weekly one, 10/7/2011. Yes, if you don't understand the pricing components, you can easily get taken to the woodshed. Okay? And if you'd like an example about getting taken to the woodshed, take a look at the $2,100 call on the NASDAQ 100 on 1022, closed at $181.90. These contracts are now going to approach being down $100. And the thing about it is, we had bought and sold them once and came out of them. We'll do it again. The thing about it is we are continue to sell off MMTs, and it's 10:04 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. When looking across the board on the names at hand, we can clearly see where things are breaking down, because they are. And we can clearly see right here on Apple Computer. All right, we can see that all the rallies are to be sold. We've been doing that, and we'll go ahead and update this later in the day, 10:04 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Markets are working on the short side. This is where the money's printing on the put side of the market. The call side of the market is getting cheaper all the time. The $500 call just made a low of 1180. Let's keep that straight. Not only that, the 505 call is getting down to the 930 low from a 1740 close with the 1450 high. Let us not forget the 375 call. That was 1380 on the low of the day at 980. Printing down here on the low right now in that 375. Apple call on a weekly 10.7. That Google's a 10.7. Most of them are. And here we come. We're starting to sell down toward those lows here live on Apple, what? Computer. And why is Apple sliding a bit? Because if it's going down in value, then that means we're testing all the way back over here now. You're going to have to watch this part of the half bar coming down here on Apple now. Let's get that straight. Okay? And I'm going to blow up this part of the chart, live MMTs, so that we're, whoops, hopefully it doesn't stop working. There it is. So 1, 2, 3 more teenies, which it can do at, what is a teeny? If you guys can correct me, I'm showing $1. But then again, I'm not totally done populating right here, and it's still working. So let's see what happens. The diamonds are, just ran another one on it. So here you go. If we sell down 3 teenies, we'll look for this support level